have a high complex understanding of what success is and what it really means. See, by understanding the factors that produce lasting success among all the high achievers that we read about.
You're listening to CFRN, a community of believers who trade for a living. To learn more about who we are, what we do, and how we do it, call toll-free 1-866-928-3310, and we'll send you out a no-obligation information kit absolutely free. 866-928-3310. The CFRN Emini Futures Cast is now on Stitcher. Listen to us on your iPhone, Android phones, BlackBerry, and WebOS phones. Stitcher is smart radio for your phone. Find it in your app store or at Stitcher.com. Stitcher Smart Radio, the smarter way to listen to radio.
Are you ready, Steve? Andy? Yeah! Bert? Well, all right, fellas. Let's go!
You're listening to CFRN, the Christian Financial Radio Network.
Today's broadcast is brought to you by Audible. Get a free audiobook download at www.audibletrial.com/CFRN. Over 85,000 titles. Choose from mystery, romance, religion, science, technology, business, New York Times bestsellers, even children's books. You name it, Audible has it. With 85,000 titles to choose from, you're sure to find the perfect audiobook for yourself or to give as a gift, and it's absolutely free. Just point your browser to audibletrial.com/CFRN. That's audibletrial.com/CFRN. And become a part of the audiobook revolution by downloading your free audiobook today. audibletrial.com/CFRN.
Hey, trader, want to get rich quick? Well, good luck with that. If, on the other hand, you actually want to learn how to trade, the place to be is www.cfrn.net. Tune in Monday through Friday, 9 a.m. Eastern for our daily devotional, and then spend the next 3 hours learning how it's done from professional traders who actually trade for a living. That's www.cfrn.net. Every trading day from 9 a.m. to 1 p.m. Eastern. CFRN, a community of believers who trade for a living.
Good afternoon, traders, and welcome back to the CFRN Emini Futures Cast. This is the daily broadcast of Indeterminate Length, where we discuss all things Emini, along with some really big ideas on the finer points of trading gold, bonds, crude, sugar, the euro, and even T-bills. Joining us today from our studios in Boston, Mr. Michael Borth. From our trading desk in Chicago, Mr. Burton Schlichter. Now, to get things started, let's go to our host and founder in Studio A, overlooking South Mountain, America's largest city park. Here's Dwayne.
Good afternoon. Welcome back. Today is Friday. Sure is. The holiday throws you off. 5th day of July, 2019. Hope you had a great 4th of July. Whoever you are, wherever you are, hope you had a chance to spend quality time with the family. I'm just glad you're right here, right now. Right? Okay. I won't keep you long because I know today is kind of interrupting the holiday. So we'll move briskly and get it done. If you can't see the chart I have up, S&P 500 E-mini, go to our homepage at cfrn.net. On the right-hand side, click the big microphone. Follow the instructions. You'll be registered in about 30 seconds. You'll have one-click access to the show each and every day. When you're out of the office, go to youtube.com/CFRN/live. There you will find a live, real-time simulcast of the show as it happens each and every day, thanks to the good folks at YouTube. Thanks, YouTube. Okay. We had a great night last night. The holiday itself was quiet, and when Globex opened last night, the Asian market was very quiet. And so I mentioned in Telegram that we would wait for the London Open, and perhaps some things might come together. And yeah, they did. S&P, Dow, Russell, NQ, even crude, a whole lot of gold, euro, even some copper. I'll talk to you about that when I come back in a few minutes. Let's just go grab the numbers from around the world, starting here in the US. These are cash markets. Currently, the Dow is down 98 points. NASDAQ is down 47. S&P 500 down 15, and the Russell 2000 down 7.5. No movers, no shakers. In the commodity basket, crude oil down 8 cents, trading 57.26 last. Gold down $22, trading 13.9840 last. It's a little over 1.5%. In the Asian markets at the close, the Nikkei posted a gain of 43 points. Shanghai gained 6, and the Hang Seng lost 20. And in European markets at the close, the FTSE down 50, DAX down 61, CAC down 27. No movers, no shakers. It was a green day in Asia. I take that back. A mixed day in Asia. A red day in the UK. And so far here in the US of A, it is a big red Radio Friday. With that, let's go to Michael, get a recap of what happened in the live training room today. I'll be back. We'll talk to John. We'll talk about some of these different alerts. Exactly what happened. We'll talk about our latest swing trade, which is underway. All that and more, plus answers to your questions.
Okay, I am trying to bring it over here. Here we go. There. Okay, we got it. We got it. Then. Okay.
It's all yours.
All right. Here we go. Good afternoon, everyone. As Dwayne said, today is Friday, the 5th day of July, 2019. If you have not taken a free trial with us and you want to take a free trial with us, go to the home page at CFRN.net. Over here in the right-hand column, it says 5-day free trial, apply.cfrn.net. You can click on that, or any of these other things down here, free 5-day trial, anything, use proprietary indicators for free, any of those things. Click on that, and it's going to bring you, it's going to bring you to this page. I accidentally clicked on something and the news blog is coming up. But it's going to bring you to this page. And on this page, all we ask for is your name, your email, and your phone number. And you can tell us about your biggest trading challenge so we can try to tailor the training to you. And when I say the training, I don't necessarily mean in the room. Though we can do things in the room if you ask questions, in the training room, if you ask questions. But the one-on-one training, particularly, that's where that information becomes important. Okay. And, when you schedule a one-on-one training session, there'll be some questions there that you can give us detail about your biggest challenges. Okay. Now, oddly, today gold was our biggest mover, our biggest shaker, and gave us the most opportunity. We were plus 34 on gold today. We started out the day right in here. We didn't put in a higher swing, so we didn't continue the trend until we did this. And then it changed directions and gave a shorting opportunity right here. And we picked up 9 ticks right there. Yeah, we picked up 9 ticks right there. Okay. We missed the short trade right here, but we grabbed the long here where we picked up another 9 ticks, giving us plus 18. Then, we missed a couple of trades. We missed one here, along here that would have been profitable, along here that would have been profitable. We picked up 12 ticks there, putting us at plus 30. Then another 4 ticks right there, putting us at plus 34. Then we missed 2 more trades, and I said it's going to go up to 1400, and voila, 1400 to the tick. And it sold off of there. It gave a shorting opportunity here that we missed. It came all the way back up to 1400. And now we're getting, this is all during the break here now. There was a long opportunity there. And a shorting opportunity here. It was a long opportunity, but it wasn't a very, very good one. I probably would have talked myself out of that one. There was nothing here because we had to break this dynamic support, but there was a short right there and another long right there. It's setting up for another long right now. And gold was the one market that really gave some opportunity today. In the euro, there was one break-even trade right here. Okay, and there was nothing else in the euro today. Nothing. Crude oil, we had a stop out, but you see this is a weekly trading zone in crude right here, and the market was really attracted to it. You see how it kept coming up and tapping it, bumping off, and tapping and bumping and tapping and bumping and tapping and bumping. And now it's above it, and it's tapping right now again. But we had one trade in crude. It was a shorting opportunity right here, stopped us out pretty much to the tick, and then it went and did what it should have done and went down. There was one more right here that I missed, but I don't know. Then we get into the break, and there was really nothing in there during the break. Okay. The ES, again, the ES was going at a zone. We didn't do anything with the ES this morning. We didn't have any trade opportunities in there. Too close to the zone in here. Then yeah, nothing there. Right here during the break, there was a bounce off the BBC right here. Okay, the cycle was blue and above the green line. Price pulled up, exceeded the prior swing high, establishing a trend. Came back down, hit the BBC. There was a bounce off the BBC right there. That was all we had. Now, I was surprised that we had as much activity as we did today, given that it's a day after a holiday. But, we were able to take advantage of a bunch of it. I missed some really good trades on gold. And that was really it. I missed good trades on gold. I got good trades on gold, too. We're plus 34 on gold. But so on the month now, we're at 457. That's over 4 days, averaging 114 per day. And on the year, we're at 15,005. That's over 117 days, averaging 128 per day. 128 per day. Now, again, that's one contract, 2 hours per day. And, because I'm doing so much in there, I'm missing a whole bunch of trades. So, if you guys were partners and you were focused on just your charts, then you would be doing way better than that. All right. If you have not taken a free trial, go to the homepage at CFRN.net. And over here, it says 5-day free trial, apply.cfrn.net. If you click on that, oops, you won't be brought to this page. You'll be brought to this page, where all we ask for is your name, your email, and your phone number. And you can tell us the biggest trading challenge so we can tailor the training to you. Okay. Yeah. And that's it. These are the rules for the trade setups. This is my list. And that is our home page. And that's that, guys. With that, we can pass it back out to fabulous Phoenix, Arizona. Hang on, let me look. Mike, you said how much is one gold tick worth per contract? $10. Yes, that is correct. Yeah, and with that, we can pass it back out to Studio A in fabulous Phoenix, Arizona, overlooking South Mountain, America's largest city park. Dwayne, if you want to grab it, that's good. Okay, I was just going to show Mike right here. When I put a 34 in here, it totals everything up right there. If this was a 0, see how it's $340? But this was actually a -8 because crude is $10 a tick. And so we lost $80 in crude and we made $340 in gold. Okay. Now you can grab it.
Alrighty. Oh, there we go. All right, guys, let's run through these. First, let me bring this up and show it to you. Recap of the recap.
Today, it took 57 minutes and 4 trades to get to $100 per contract.
That's a good bingo.
57 minutes and 4 trades. Yeah, it is.
Okay, everybody knows yesterday was a holiday, and when there's a holiday, banks are closed. And so some people who wanted to become passport holders couldn't take care of their banking yesterday. So I have extended it through today. Anyone that wants to take advantage of the 4th of July special, you got to get it done today, though. Val will accept payments through today. Logic 247 for life will be honored, but today is the last day. After today, new passports issued will include Logic 247 for 1 year. Annual renewal will be $19.97. Everything else in the passport, from the live room to the indicators to the weekly trading zones, will still be lifetime. The only change in the structure of the passport is logic. After today, it's 1 year, not lifetime. Current passport holders, of course, are locked in for life. If you're on the trial this week and you need a price list and description of what a passport is, email Val, support@cfrn.net, or you can hit her up in Telegram, or you can call 949-42-EMINI. Now, this was a holiday week, so we only had 4 trading days instead of 5. A total of 40 alerts were issued. 6 of them never triggered. 34 were actionable. 22 reached the final target. 7 reached at least the first target. 5 were stopped out. So 15% of actionable alerts stopped out. That's in keeping with our average that we've enjoyed now for 48 weeks. By the grace of God, our average on stop outs is 20%. It's week 48 coming up on 1 year. This week was just a great week. Really was. I know I've gone through the first couple days with you already. You can always go to the Telegram channel. Val can give you access so that you can see these. If you want to take an up close look, you can go to each individual one. You can pull it up on the chart, take a close look. When I got back last night from out of town, what did I do? July 4th. Did I have anything on the 4th? Oh, I guess it's all on the 5th. It's today. Today's the 5th. Okay, so let me go all the way down. Oh, I see, because these were copied over from the other channel. That's why I can't see the times. Anyway, we had a Euro trade last night. Crude, Dow, NQ, S&P, gold. Let me just show you what happened. S&P 500 E-mini, we said to consider being short, 29.96. Dropped to the weekly trading zone below. 20 plus points available, and now we've got a very nice bounce underway. Was there an exit signal? Someone asked. Let me show you. There was not an exit signal until after we hit the zone, which we expect to be good support, till it isn't. Then we expect price to bounce up to the BBC, which it's doing, and then we expect a continuation leg to the downside. That's just the next high probability thing as we see it. So if you took the trade last night, if you took the S&P alert, 20 plus points available, if you waited for the exit signal, you didn't get quite as much. Exit signal can't get you out at the swing high or swing low, but it can get you out with some pretty decent results. Let's go to the Dow. On the Dow, consider being short 26935. 26935 right here. Thought I had these all marked up. From 26935, we dropped to to 26728. So that's 200 Dow points, $5 a point. So that's a little over $1,000 per contract traded. Now let's go look for the exit signal. Didn't quite make it down to this zone here. Overshot this one. We're already back to the BBC on the Dow. Take a look at the S&P. Still climbing to get to the BBC. On the Dow, we're already there. Exit signal printed right here. The close of this candle. So 207 points available for the exit signal. Russell. We had a Concierge Trade Alert on the Russell to be short 1572. We dropped to 1562. A little better than that, 1560 half. So we'll call it 10 points at $50 per point, $500 per contract traded. On the NQ, that also was a logic. Here we go. Consider being short the NQ, 78.85. Here's 78.85. Here's 7,800, 85 points at $20 per point. I'm not going to do that in my head. $1,700 per contract available. PCA, per contract available. Now for the exit signal on this one. Here we go. And there it is right there. The close of that candle, 78.2750. Now, as I said earlier, you can't intentionally get out at a swing high or swing low because you don't even know it's going to be a swing high or swing low until after the fact. No one does, not man nor machine. But when this step line crosses a red and falling CFMA1, like it did right here, the first green candle that closes above the step line, that tells you your exit price to the tick. 78.2750. So let's recalculate that. 78.85 minus the exit signal, 78.2750. That's 57 NQ points at $20 a point, $1,150 per contract traded. Again, you can't intentionally get out at a swing low or swing high, but you can intentionally get out at an exit signal. Once you're in and you realize you're in an extended move, you simply have to wait for it to print. Gold, consider being short, 14.17 right here, 14.17, and we put in a swing low at 13.8860, 28 points, $100 per point, $2,800 per contract available. Now, for the trader who has earned the right to trade 10 contracts, that would be a $28,000 move. But again, getting out at the swing low is a little bit of a challenge. So let's put the indicators in and see where our exit signal printed. That's the market telling you that this move may be over. And if it's not over, you're headed into a retracement. And a retracement can always turn into a reversal. Step line crosses here. Green candle prints here. Closes at 1399.1. So that's going to be $1,800 per contract traded if you entered here and took your exit at the exit signal. Euro. Logic said to consider being short. 113,270. We dropped 550 ticks. Put in the indicator so you can see the exit signal. Right there. 112, no. Close 112,845. So when we do that math, 113270 minus 112,845, 425. Now, again, the only thing you have to do to stay into the exit signal is nothing. You just do nothing. That's it. You just do nothing. Red and falling, we saw it on the S&P, the Dow, Russell to a lesser degree, NQ, Crude. We had a little short trade here, and I'll talk to you about the rest of it in a minute. Gold followed that same pattern, as did the euro. Beautiful day to be a CFRN trader. That's what taking a little sabbatical, getting away, even if it's only for 24 hours, you can really refresh and recharge your batteries. So I just might try to do that more often. It felt good. Also last night, we put out a new swing trade. Let me find that and bring it up for you. The beta is, we're still accepting people in the beta. If you want to participate, get a hold of Valerie. She'll tell you how to sign up. Now, our first swing trader beta, SA1, that thing triggered 5 times. On the first trigger, it was a 22-point trade. The first trigger gave us 11.5 points. We stopped at a weekly trading zone. Triggered again, 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 and again. Finally, the stop loss was hit. If you got a little here and a little something somewhere else, you were able to achieve the 22 points, even though we didn't hit the final target. But there was quite a few opportunities across there. Now, the swing trade that we have underway right now, consider being short ESU 9, 29.95 to 29.85. So it's 10 points to the first target. And then on to 29.50. Stop loss is at 3,005. Here's what it looked like early on. Let me bring it up here. Came down to the zone, found good support. That's exactly what we expect, anticipate. It really changes everything when you start to understand what the next high probability move is. In Logic 247, it's not about just sending you alerts to trade. Of course, we do that. But it's about sending you alerts that you can understand, that you can go to your chart. You can understand why it's an alert. And before too long, you start seeing them yourself. So from 29.95 down to 29.75, swing trade at 20 points. We're pulling back. Let's put some fibs on here. We're at the 50% Fibonacci retracement. Could it go to the 62? Yes. Do we know that important prices, important areas are almost always tested? We do know that. Am I saying prices coming back to 29.95? Well, I can't really say that because I don't know how to tell the future. But I do know it's a high probability that it very well may happen. And if so, we'll be ready for it. We won't be rattled. See, when you expect something like that, it doesn't sway you. It's when you have that conspiracy theory going, oh man, I moved my stop to break even. I had 20 points in the trade. I took my stop to break even. It came back and stopped me out. Well, when you take your stop to break even, you have to accept that that very well may happen because important prices in important areas are almost always tested. Now, if we go back to the first one, this was the trigger, the entry. We went halfway to the final target, back above the trigger, boom, back above the trigger, boom, boom, boom. If this doesn't make you a believer that important prices, important areas are almost always tested, I don't know what will, okay? But it's a true story. If it were not so, I would not have told you so. So again, it was a great night. Yeah, Michael, please do on both of those. Thank you very much. John, you there? I'll jingle his phone. If you have any questions on anything, the trial we just completed, the open house, the change in structure of the passport, what it takes to get involved, any of that, just post it in the chat box and we'll get an answer for you.
Hello, Dwayne.
John, you ready?
Yeah,
Okay.
I'll come in about
All right. So we're at the 50. We're at the BBC. What do we expect to happen at the BBC? We expect it, when we approach it from below, we expect it to be good resistance till it isn't. So as for me and my house, the next high probability move will be back to the weekly trading zone. The weekly trading zone holds, it'll start to look a lot like the last swing trade. If price manages to get below this weekly zone, then we have another zone right here, 63, 64, and then here's the final target. That's a 45-point trade. Those of you that are in it, just be careful how, you got to have a hard stop. And I know you want to be aggressive. We teach aggressive risk management. We believe in aggressive risk management. But if you believe that price can come back to test the entry, you have to make a decision, and make the decision that's right for you. If you need to talk to me, get a hold of me. Maybe you talk to your broker. Whoever you go to with these things. Of course, if you're a partner or passport holder, then you just book a mentoring session, and you and I will sit one-on-one in a go-to meeting room for 45 minutes till you get it all figured out. John, are you there?
His mic was open. Yeah, it still is open.
Yeah, he'll be here in just a second. I think he was trying to talk when I hung up. I should have held out, but I had an open mic.
Yeah.
Hey guys, if you have access to the Telegram channel, I took photographs on my little trip up to Oak Creek Canyon. It is the most expensive and most beautiful real estate in all of Arizona.
Nice. Did you meet
There I was.
Tim up there?
I did. We went to dinner at the Golden Goose in Sedona. Then we just hung out. We had a townhouse, condo, whatever you call it, on the creek. So we hung out there for a while, talked, and then he went back to Prescott. And then we drove up to Jerome yesterday, and then we came back yesterday afternoon, early evening.
That's good.
If you go to the channel, guys, the discussion channel, you can just scroll through. And if you live in Arizona and you've never been there, I love this. They're not really after me, they're after you. I'm just in their way. Bikers for Hillary. It's been my go-to getaway for 30 plus years. My wife and I used to go up there almost every weekend for a while. Why? Yeah, just to hang out. It's just some place to go. The Spirit Room, I didn't take a picture of the Spirit Room. The Connor Hotel is above it. We spent many a night in the Spirit Room listening to live music and then ambling upstairs to sleep in the Connor. But this was a mining town. At the height is $1 billion copper camp. When the mine ran dry, the population dropped from 5,000 to 50. And then in the 60s, the hippies stumbled onto Jerome somehow. And they started to move in. And they, with their wind chimes and crystals and all the other things that hippies do, they've given life. But started in the 60s, and it's become quite the tourist. They have big tour buses that come through now. I guess we all wish they didn't do that, but they do. So that's a price you pay. But it's a beautiful place. And it's free to just walk around. John, are you there? All right. I can't wait. I can't wait all day, John. I need you to pop in. My phone's dead too. All right, let me get this down. All right, guys, any questions? Any questions on anything? I don't know if John's going to make it in today. If you want to be in the swing trade beta so that you get the next alert and the one after that, beta will probably run 2 to 3 weeks. We're only 1 week and 2 trades in so far. That is a standalone product, so if you have questions, let me know. All right, take that down. And my phone, when my phone gets low on battery, it acts very unusual. You have any problems with yours?
No, I have chargers all over the place. You know, we even have them in our couch. So you know, I'm constantly keeping my phone charged. I don't usually let it get.
I have a ton of them. I can just never find one. I've got one, but I know where it's at. And... All right. John, are you there?
Oh,
He's not
John.
there. Okay.
It shows him as inattended right now. Just put the triangle up there.
Yeah. No, I just spoke to him.
No, I know. I heard.
Oh, you
I
heard?
heard. He said he was coming right on.
Yeah.
But
Okay.
where is that place in Arizona? Bruce is asking.
It's about an hour and a half north of Phoenix. It's Sedona, Oak Creek Canyon, that whole area. It's about halfway to Flagstaff. Corey, just send an email to support@cfrn.net. Or Val's in here right now. She'll grab your information and she'll send you the link.
There he is.
Hey, John.
There he is.
Sorry, I was just trying to get on as quick as possible.
Did you have a nice holiday?
Yeah, it was good, thanks.
Good.
Got a lot of stuff done. You know, I guess the salute to America went off reasonably well, given the weather. So.
Yeah, the weather was rough, but that was a good speech.
Yeah,
I
I think it was a good. Listen, you know, I think it was well intended. I'm not sure. I think probably the tanks probably could have done without those. They didn't really kind of. I think the guys in the old colonial uniforms, you know, playing their flutes, is a lot more attractive than looking at tanks. You know.
Yeah, the tanks are kind of reminiscent of Tiananmen Square, and we don't need to be reminded of that.
Yeah. Look, if it's going to be a full-scale thing like 1991, that's okay. But I just thought it was, it seemed to me that, most of the flyover and everything is great, and the highlights, the colorful, because the guys in the triangular hats, they're really something to look at, and something special, unique really to the country. And those old looking tanks that they moved in, I mean, what's the point? It was sort of, I didn't get the memo on that one.
What was that again now? I don't guess I
Except
saw
that they
that.
couldn't put these big Abrams tanks out there, but I mean, other than that, I thought it was great. It just seemed like a lot of extra work for not much mileage,
Right. Right. I got you.
Yeah, it's been a bit quiet, that stock for the last few days, but
But by the way, I'm still suffering with that audio issue, John. I'm going to get it fixed over the weekend, but so sometimes
Okay.
I'll lose your voice, but then it comes back in just a little bit. So please go ahead.
Yeah. I mean, just keep in mind they're producing, ore every day per the recent release they just put out, and that amount of ore is growing in size, and it's obviously, it's going to be shipped very, very soon. And as soon as that happens, revenues start flowing, and from there on, it's just a matter of increasing output as far as the eye can see. They put in the release they're going to put 2 more mines into production. And then actually the previous release mentioned 5 mines, and ultimately it could be as many as 11 or 12 mines. So, this is one to watch, and is very highly geared to an upside move in the gold. Incidentally, yesterday on July 4th of all days, an outfit called Gold Eagle, I think they're out of Phoenix. They're a pretty good outfit. They're very good at calling market turns.
Gold Eagle. I don't guess I'm familiar with him. I'll have to.
Yeah, they I'll send you a link to them. And they came out on July 4th, gold, looking for gold to go upwards to $3,000. And I think they're, and listen, every time some big wig comes out with a big number like that, the market almost always goes the other way for a few days or a few weeks. It's just like when we were down near the bottom and Casey came out with his 8 reasons why gold's going to go higher right before the turn. It took a week or 2 for the market to digest and really get going, and then took off like a bat out of hell. What I want to tell you is that to a certain extent, it's happened with Santa Fe. We got hit with the selling a while back. That was nothing to do with Santa Fe. It was an outfit that needed the money. They had a forced liquidation,
right?
And there was like 12 million shares traded, something like that, and which is a lot. But the stock literally within a matter of a few days went back up on like 1 million shares or less. And that's what's going on with the gold. I just got a call from a top analyst. That's why I couldn't come on right away. He's really one of the top guys in the world. He's very well connected with the gold market. And he said that this is what's been going on with the gold market. Every time there's somebody short, there's a big bank short, and they're panicking because there's probably billions and billions of dollars at stake, possibly even the bank's survival. And there may be several banks, actually. It could be Deutsche Bank as well. I'm not saying it is, but they're the one that's the kind of choir boy, if you like, or they're the sort of canary in the coal mine, or because they've been making. I mean, listen, the bank's been making new all-time lows in the greatest recovery of all time. It sort of doesn't compute,
Right.
To be fair, most of their problems are oil related. I think they funded a lot of big energy projects when oil was $100 plus, and they've had their clocks cleaned because of that. And they're probably, listen, the government's probably going to step in and bail them out or stop them from going under, because, if Deutsche Bank went under, the whole world would collapse. But, and then remember, there's 20 banks in China that haven't reported since 2018. So things are probably just as bad over there. They've got all these ghost cities that have been funding, and nobody's living there. And there's a lot of ghost cities in other countries too,
There are, other than China?
Yeah. There's a bunch of them in Mexico.
That they built the same way China
they're not
did?
cities, they're ghost suburbs. That's what I call them,
okay.
ghost suburbs.
Right.
Yeah.
I wasn't aware of that.
Yeah, no. There's a big. It's staggering, actually. It's just amazing. There's a lot of them, and people don't even want to go there, because when there's nobody living there, it's kind of not even the homeless want to go there. So it's kind of like we're really crazy. And it's the same in Latin America and probably Brazil as well. I saw an article yesterday. The Philippines the Philippine economy is going real well, and they're creating a lot of wealth. And apparently, it's the #1 luxury market in the world today. In terms of high profile, high price developments.
I did not know that. I lived there for about 6 months back in the late 70s.
Right.
Courtesy of
you and I were there
United States
together.
Navy.
We
really?
were there together. Yeah. Didn't know each other then, but we were probably not that far apart. So,
Right.
but anyway, so what's been going on? Listen, this morning, here we go. Look, it's the day after July the 4th, and you had possibly the biggest gold smash of all time. You had 51,000 contracts hit the market on this news, or possibly even ahead of it, and slammed the market down. All the gains we got from the last couple of days, $30 or so. However, the market's already rebounding. I actually said to somebody, it's just going to give you another chance to buy at either 1390, like it did a while ago, an hour ago, or possibly 1375. It might go below the previous low we made just a few days ago before we had that snapback, and so I would consider this to be a buying opportunity, but I'd be careful. The platinum, which we showed concern, for, is down dramatically today. It's down 33, so it's kind of getting back down towards the 800 level. Even at the 809, it's still a higher low, so keep that in mind, because it could snap back, and that's what I'd be sort of looking for here in the next few days. But the silver got back down to 15. It's not particularly good. It's down quite a lot, but I wouldn't call it a terminal move just yet, but it's sort of close. And once again, listen, I mean, the most amazing thing is, and this is very important, the stocks, the gold stocks, are not giving. They're not giving up any ground. They're to speak of. I mean, Royal Gold is Royal Gold's at an all-time high. We're down $30 on gold. Right. We're down $30 on gold, and we're at an all-time high. So what do you make of that? That's just incredible. The gold market's not buying the dip in gold, and it could very well go back up. It could very well go back up, before the day's out, frankly. So,
you need to get that?
No, it's okay. It's okay. Yeah. So that's really the story.
Okay. All right, John.
So listen, hold on a sec.
Go ahead. All right, guys, you see where gold's headed? Right up to the weekly trading zone, right up to the BBC. When price approaches a weekly trading zone from below, we expect it to be good resistance until it isn't. When we approach BBC from below, good resistance until it isn't.
Okay,
Yeah.
So you're looking for another dip there?
Yeah, I think, John, we get up to 1405.06, and then we come back down to test this 94.95 again.
Yeah, I'd be looking to buy any dip in the in the gold. Yeah,
Gold,
sorry,
right.
I didn't realize. I thought we were looking at the S&P there for a minute.
The S&P, we've got a swing trade on. From 29.95.
It's I was looking at a minute ago, and then the gold popped up. So and so you're probably right. We could have another downswing. So yeah.
This has been a nice little bounce, though. Really nice. Both in gold and the S&P. And I just lost your audio again. The little icon turns pink. Now I just have to wait for it to turn green again. All right, give it just a second. I don't want to just cut him off, but yeah, there. Oh, I can hear you now. All right.
Okay, great. So what I would be looking at is, I think we're so close to 3,000 now. I think you've got to be ready to maybe on a retest or a resell here. You're going to have another buying opportunity, possibly maybe later today, or I don't know yet, or possibly early next week. And you probably got to go with that because it really looks like 3,000 is going to get taken out here with some authority. It's not unusual for when you hit a big number like 3,000, 30,000, same sort of thing, or 10,000 or 20,000. It goes a little bit above it and then it pulls back. That pullback, you've always got to buy those pullbacks because the real upside on this is about 3,300. In all honesty, it's at least 3,300, and that's a pretty good 300 point move in the S&P's a pretty good trade. And I'd say the odds of that happening are very high right now, unless something catastrophic happens, that we're not expecting. By the way, it was kind of interesting. The increase in volcanic activity around the world right before this earthquake. You had Stromboli, just like go crazy, unbelievable eruption, and then you had Colima, is another volcano that went crazy a few days ago, and probably other places around the world, and then you have this earthquake. So I would say if you're living in an earthquake zone right now, you want to be thinking about that because there might be some more. There might be some others in the next few days. At this time of the year, with the full moon we just had, when you live in Europe, you don't see too much of a tide in the US, but in Europe, the tides go up and down about 50 feet or more in some places. And you have these super tides sometimes in the summer, and that puts tremendous stresses on the earth, and that's what causes these earthquakes.
I've never been in a major earthquake. I've been in California and felt a few tremors, but that was enough for me.
No, listen, it's a scary feeling when you get an earthquake. I was in California. I had a pretty bad one, and it wasn't a ginormous quake, or it wasn't a Northridge or anything like that, but it was scary enough,
You ever been up to Jerome, John?
To where?
Jerome, Arizona?
No, I don't think so. No.
Was
that where you were this weekend?
Yeah, I just went away for the day. It's just it was $1 billion copper mining camp back in the day. Yeah. And then when the mines dried up,
you're looking a bit dapper there, Dwayne.
Thanks, appreciate that. When the mine dried up, the miners left, and the population dropped from 5,000 to 50. And then in the 60s, some hippies stumbled across it, and they all started moving in and occupying these old buildings. And it's been a tourist attraction ever since. I always wanted to live there. Oh, did you see this? They're not really after me; they're after you.
Yeah, I understand that. Yeah. Yeah.
Guy had it hanging on the wall in one of his little shops yesterday. There's just all kinds of, it's a laid back, casual, and there's history, and there's all kinds of little, you can take little tours and different things. My wife and I have been going there fairly regularly for 30-something years. It's just always been our
How far away is that from?
About an hour and a half, hour and 45 minutes. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Beautiful view of the Verde Valley. I mean, you can just see for miles and miles and miles. Have a little dinner on the porch there. This right here. This was the old Daisy Hotel.
You don't see that in the old days. You'd see a kind of a red cloud on the horizon. That's
from the copper, you mean?
Yeah, and from pollution in general. A lot of those have disappeared in the last 10 years.
This building right here was the old Daisy Hotel. It was an actual hotel when the mine was working. People came to town, they stayed here. And then it was in complete disrepair. I mean, the building was just a skeleton. My wife and I were going to buy it one time. I think at one time or another we were going to buy just about every building in Jerome, and we never bought a single one. But somebody bought this, and they redid it, and it's on the market right now. Guys, you can Google it up, the Little Daisy Mine, for sale. It's now a private residence, $6.3 million.
Holy mackerel. Wow.
They've done a fabulous job. There's a lot of pictures.
Yeah, it looks very cool.
Yeah, it's really nice. Okay. Anything else you
We'll
want to cover?
see how we go. The typical, the routine on these job days, when the market does go down for some reason, it tends to pick back up and can rally into the close. And even though it does look, I'd say the odds of gold going lower are pretty high right now. I tend to agree with you on that. But
Well, I don't think it's much lower. I think we just go back to test the low. Maybe down to $4 or $5.
Yeah, on the off chance that it was to go above about 14.05 or so, it just might go all the way back up. So you might want to keep that in mind.
Okay.
The other thing is the dollar actually got back today pretty strong. It's got back to 97. So the bear case for the dollar may have been postponed a little bit. Maybe to the end of the month when the Fed decides what they're going to do. So,
well, the numbers today, bring into question if the Fed will do anything. So that's part of the reason for this sell-off.
Yeah. Okie doke. Listen, have a great weekend. And,
John, you too. I'll probably talk to you over the weekend, okay?
Okay, much obliged. Thanks.
All right. Bye-bye. All right, friends. It's time to get back to the holiday weekend. But first, our good word for the day. Psalm 37:4. He shall give you the desires of your heart. Now, does that mean he's going to give you whatever you want? Or is he going to place what he wants in your heart and that becomes your desire? Did you ever think about it that way? Your capacity to desire certain things is a gift from God. It's a powerful motivator. Picture two kids taking swimming lessons. One does it because he watched the Olympic Games and wants to win a gold medal when he grows up. The other takes lessons because his dad said he had to. Which kid do you think is most likely to make it to the Olympics? In Genesis we read, Jacob served 7 years to get Rachel, but they seemed like only a few days to him because of his great love for her. Genesis 29:20. What kind of a person would see 7 years hard work as only a few days? That would be someone who's working towards his or her dream. Jesus told the story of a man with a gotta-have-it desire. When he discovered treasure buried in a field, he went and sold all he had and bought the field. Matthew 13:44. Similarly, the people who listened to Jesus were drawn to his peace, courage, and wisdom that they thought, I must have what he has. Do our desires sometimes lead us astray? For sure. In order to be able to trust them, you must do two things. Number one, desire a relationship with God above all else. Delight yourself also in the Lord, and he shall give you the desires of your heart. Number two, make sure your desires are in harmony with his will. Psalm 40, verse 8. I delight to do your will, O my God, and your law is within my heart. When you center your life around God and his word, you can trust the desires of your heart. And God will give them to you. That's our good word for the day. Hope you have a great remainder of the holiday weekend. Of course, I'll see you in church on Sunday. If you want to take advantage of the CFRN Passport, last day that Logic 247 is included for life, get a hold of Valerie, 949-42-EMINI, 949-42-EMINI. Find her in Telegram or send an email to support@cfrn.net. If you're not sure what you want to do, at least get a hold of her and tell her you want a price list and a description. And if you like what you see and you want to meet with me, she'll book you a mentoring session and I'll get together with you this afternoon. All right? All right. Thanks for tuning in. Whoever you are, wherever you are, may God continue to richly bless you with His mercy and with His grace. And I'll see you at the bell.
Remember this, there is no greater return on investment than to see a human life changed and given hope. As always, pray hard and trade safe. Any financial information discussed on this show is simply the opinion of our host, Dwayne Reeves, his co-hosts, and guests. To learn more about trading Emini Futures or to take a 1-week free trial in our live trading room, call 1-866-928-3310. 866-928-3310. Information discussed on this radio program should not be construed as a recommendation to buy or sell any security. Always do your own due diligence and consult with a licensed securities broker or financial planner before making any investment decision.